Hey, this is IndigoMusic.com. I'm Rohit, and on today's topic, we're talking about multiplexes and movie theaters playing ads. A lot of people are frustrated because they play a lot of ads, and a recent ruling has come out where these multiplexes have been fined for playing too many ads. And to talk to us more about this, I've got Mr. Mohit Bhargava, who's been in the same industry for decades, and he has worked closely with multiplexes almost half of his life. Mr. Mohit Bhargava, welcome to IndigoMusic.com.
Thank you. Good to be here.
And now, the recent consumer court ruling has highlighted the excessive ads before movie, and this can ruin the user experience. So, do you think theaters have been ignoring audience frustrations regarding this issue?
I wouldn't say that theaters have been ignoring customer preferences. I think they've tried very hard to strike a balance between their revenue and what a customer may tolerate.
Yeah.
So there are try and limit the number of ads that they're playing, but sometimes I guess in some shows, maybe ads go beyond a reasonable time.
Right. And with streaming platforms now offering ad free content at home, cinemas are already struggling to attract audiences, and cinemas usually are filling up only when there is a big blockbuster that comes in. Do you see this ruling and movie theaters or multiplexes playing more ads, discouraging people from choosing theaters over OTT platforms?
One thing is certain that the experience that one gets in a theater, one doesn't get, on a TV at home, regardless of how big the TV is.
Yeah.
So even this irritation with ads notwithstanding, people will continue to frequent theaters for that experience. And it's not just an experience, it's an outing. You're in a crowd, you're like in a stadium, and you clap, whistle, hoot, whatever you do. So it definitely is an irritant, but I don't think people will stop going to theaters because there are ads.
Correct. And as now you're not with the industry, but now when you go to theaters with your family, do you get irritated when ads play?
It is extremely irritating. But then, since one knows the background, one just tolerates it and lives with it. It is definitely irritating.
Exactly. And do you think multiplexes should give two different timings? I'll tell you why. Because let's say the show starts at 9 o'clock and they have about 10 minutes of ads. So should they be like pre-show showcase at 9 and 9:10 is when the actual movie starts? Is it even possible?
See, when timings for a particular movie are decided, at that point of time, one does not know how many ads there will be.
Okay.
So it may not be practical to predict that the show starts at 9 and the actual movie starts at 9:12.
Okay.
Subsequently, they might be able to do it, but initially, it's definitely not practical.
It's something to do like our radio because we don't know the previous day how many ads are going to be the next day, so we can't really
Right.
plan ahead and tell people, hey, this is the time. But tell me, advertisements are of course a source of revenue for theaters. But if this practice continues, like for example, this recent one when they said 25 minutes of ads before the actual movie started. Uh, what do you think is the balance between multiplex making ad revenue and customer satisfaction?
The number of ads or the duration of ads goes up for big movies, for
Okay.
movies which are more popular.
Yeah.
So probably what could be done is that multiplexes or theaters can set a revenue target for themselves
Mm.
and say that this is the duration in which we want to earn this revenue and maybe increase the rates for those particular slots.
Right.
All brands want to advertise only when they know there are going to be when audience is going to be there.
Hmm.
So I don't think they will mind paying a premium, for a premium positioning at a premium time for a premium movie.
Right.
So they can limit the number of ads, limit the duration on which ads are for which ads are played, and maybe charge a slightly higher rate for ads in there at that particular time slot.
Right, and I think this is something that NFL does when they have their finals going on. They have a certain amount of time which is fixed for commercials, and they do a
Right.
bid. Whoever is the highest bidder gets the ad spot. Right. I think that is something
Correct.
that I think even theaters can do because, like you mentioned, a lot of brands they want to advertise in theaters because they know that they're reaching the right audience. But I think that is something. Do you think it is going to take effect? Do you think this is something that, maybe the multiplexes are going to take into account going forward, not to play too many ads?
I think this ruling which came a few days ago will definitely be an eye opener,
Yeah.
and I'm sure multiplexes will take cognizance of whatever has happened, and will definitely try and limit the duration for which ads are played.
Absolutely. I think that is something that audience want the same thing. Like it shouldn't hurt the revenue of the multiplex and it shouldn't hurt, the customer satisfaction bit of things as well. Well, Mr. Mohit Bhargava, thank you so much for connecting. Thank you so much for having a chat and giving us the industry insights when it comes to how revenue and how multiplexes work. Once again, all the best and wishing you a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you very much. You too.
Thank you.